everyone, and welcome back to the Unbothered podcast, where we like to chat about America's fifth sport, MTV's The Challenge. And this week we are recapping All-Star Season 3, Episode 4. And we have a Unbothered member as our special guest co-host for this week. Welcome, Juan. Yay!
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Yeah, thanks for volunteering. So what we've been doing this season is we've been having guest co-hosts every week. Sometimes they are fellow members of our Challenge Unbothered fan group. Sometimes there are other Challenge fan podcasts. Juan is our second Unbothered member to join us, and we appreciate it. We love it. We get a little fresh energy, fresh opinions, all that good stuff. For anybody listening, if you're not already following us on Facebook, we are the Challenge Unbothered. We also have another group called Entertainment Unbothered, where we talk about everything else outside the challenge that goes on in media land, like the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. We will probably know what happens before the breaking news even lets us know what happens. Because people like Tia.
I hope so.
And Stephanie will be watching that in real time, giving us live updates. It's like you guys are at the courthouse. It helps me because I'm super busy at work. So like I just read the clip notes.
It's gone on so long though. I'm glad it's over.
Yeah, I can't believe it's been 7 weeks. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy. On Instagram, we are the Challenge Unbothered, YouTube, the Unbothered Podcast, and on Twitter at UnbotheredPod1. Give us a like, give us a follow. You can find the podcast on any streaming platforms such as Spotify or Apple, and of course, also on YouTube. So like I said, we are going to be talking about All-Stars 3, Episode 4. I totally missed the title of the episode.
I didn't write it down either.
Watched it twice. And
no big deal.
No big deal. If you don't remember, Episode 4. If you don't remember what happened last week, Cyrus got eliminated by MJ. Boo.
Boo.
And Kendall and Veronica got the night off because Tina got medically DQ'd and Jemmye had to go home for personal family reasons. Yeah. So the women got off scot-free. We jump into the new episode with a barbecue and a pool party. I am mildly wishing I was that flamingo floaty in the pool.
Mildly.
Mildly.
I am straight up wishing.
I'm like watching that scene and I'm just like, damn, I'm jealous of that floaty. Just Brad having a good old time. Just jealous. I'm jealous of the pool.
The pool is amazing. Yeah.
How much is an Airbnb night in this place? I just want to use the pool. Just one night. That's all I want. I really like when they give us like clips of them just hanging out, you know, taking the day off, because we don't get it that much. And those are the fun, lighthearted moments that make this show complete, in my opinion. And that's why I love All Stars.
More of that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Always
like when they were playing beer pong or something, and
yeah, and it probably wasn't even beer.
Kind of stuff. Well, you know what I'm saying.
I mean, it should have been. Maybe it was liquor. It was their day off.
Yeah.
You give them liquor. They probably didn't. It was probably water or club soda. Because, you know, drink tickets. And then they showed Darrell wearing that wig.
The facial expression, man.
That was so funny.
But he takes glasses off.
He did the lip bite.
Yeah.
I love Darrell's wig. It is fantastic. And then of course we can't have too much lightheartedness because it cuts to Kayla and Sylvia discussing the sabotage. Once again, they're focused on Kendall and Kellyanne. Meanwhile, Janae is just flitting on by with her championship ring from last season, and no one's even talking about it.
That's true. That's true.
I don't
think that she would be the top target.
You would think.
Yeah, but she does have a good social game, though. She's really friends with everybody, and she kind of stays in the middle. She kind of flies under the radar. She doesn't make big powerful moves or statements like Kayla would have. So she just kind of, people want to be around her. Yes.
Well, these people are stupid because I would get rid of her. I'd be like, Janae, girl, love you. You're my friend, but you already won. And you almost won twice.
Share the money.
And I feel like at this point,
I got kids too.
don't they know she has a good social game? Like you would think
she
you would
talks
go
about it,
knowing that, and then going, okay, yeah, we need to get her out.
I think they look past like the eliminations and like the final. They'll be like, oh, I think we can beat her. She's a little on the heavier side compared to like Kellyanne or Kendall. And, they're everyday athletes, and Beth
which
and
is
Jonah. They're
hilarious because Kayla's never won a season, and she's only ever been to one
exactly.
final.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Sylvia made one
I don't
final
think-
because Joss was her partner.
Yeah.
But she's been improving. She has been improving a lot, and I would see them more as a threat than anyone. Because if you have Wes and Jordan, for example, they're gonna go after each other, and then you're gonna have someone who's under the radar and just beat them because they're not even focusing.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's how it's with the girls right now. Like Kayla's intimidated by Kendall and Kelly, so they want to get her out, and Kelly next. And they're like, we can be everybody else. And they play we're young, we're faster, we have more energy, we have more.
Mhm.
I don't know, whatever they want to call it.
I don't know. I feel like, and I completely agree with a lot of what you're saying. Kellyanne makes sense because on All Stars 1, she did tie with John A for first for females if they would have had a female winner. And that's despite the fact she started off with not the best partner because that was when they were doing the switch off. But Kendall hasn't even been to a final since the one season she won 20 years ago. We don't even know if she would survive a final.
Right.
So I don't know. I get tired when they just constantly want to use the same. I understand why, to an extent, why they will always use the same target. Like, oh, I want to make new letterman.
I don't have a problem with somebody having a target. What I have a problem is those two sitting in the corner, snickering, calling names, just being bitchy mean girls. That's what I don't like. Like, be up front, say what you got to say. Don't sit in the corner and talk about everybody. I don't like that.
I wonder when they became best friends. Like they used to hate each other, and now they're like.
Weren't they part of the Lavender Ladies together?
I thought they were.
Kayla was a Lavender Lady,
wasn't she?
I didn't think.
Not.
I didn't think Kayla was. And it was like Shane, Ashley, Sylvia.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I don't think Kayla was.
Maybe it was just like
She's
through
the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, she's part of the
Holy Trinity.
I don't know.
We were talking about John A minute ago. Did y'all happen to notice that quick little scene where they were sitting on the couch, her and MJ, and he had his arm on her leg?
I did not. I've never seen this shit twice.
Because we talked last week about what if her husband watches that. To me, that was wasn't much going on, but very intimate. Very.
I'm kind of intrigued to see what's going to happen after this next few episodes when the husband watches that, or maybe John A didn't tell exactly everything that happened, and
that's what
there's going to be some controversy.
And we are going to.
It seems like they're right back together.
Well,
yeah,
Beth's
they are
up.
together now. So we're gonna. We'll see.
Go back and watch it though. I feel like it was towards the beginning. I don't remember exactly where the scene was, but yeah, it's just shot of the two of them sitting on the couch and he's just leaned up like this, got his arm on her leg.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch because regardless of who the other male is, unless they are like gay, no man is going to touch me like that when I am married to someone.
Exactly.
Like, and
then I think have you guys noticed how whenever she's on the confessionals, she's always talks about MJ, like,
and she's annoyed.
They went after MJ, and I'm with you. Like it's like she's telling us that's my best friend. I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We have noticed.
Your best friend. Oh, wow, you guys have known each other 6 months and you're best friends now. Okay. Exactly. So we're definitely going to see how this ends up playing out. That is for sure. So then we cut to Kellyanne chatting with Kendall about their recent game moves, and Kellyanne's trying to be very nice about telling Kendall targeting MJ with the sabotage was a really bad idea.
Yeah.
And Kendall feels, Kendall's got buyer's remorse, like, fuck, I should have done that. But it's too late. I don't know why MJ is still bitching about the sabotage. I feel like he has men he needs to, be concerned about because Kellyanne's not going to take the money from you. It's going to be a guy. So refocus yourself. So that's how I feel about it. I do like Kellyanne's nickname for the tree house. She calls it the bitch house. Maybe she said witch house, but I think she meant bitch house.
Very accurate either way.
It is very accurate, minus Ronnie.
Right. Yes.
Minus Ronnie. She is
I wish there would show more of her.
Me too.
Yeah, I think she's just like a silent assassin. I want to see more of her and even Naya.
Yeah, we haven't seen Naya. Yeah. Oh, well, we sort of saw a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We saw a little of Naya.
We saw a little.
Well, I heard she made I think I saw on Twitter or something, she put some comment that she said just watch later or something.
Yeah, and so I'm sure because she's going to be there a while, we'll probably get more, especially as the people in the house dwindle down. And then we see the guys talking about, possible dailies and challenges. Mark makes a comment to Darrell about a heights challenge. Darrell says in his confessional, I need hypnosis for this height anxiety. Too bad he didn't do that before this season, because guess what the next daily is? It's a heights challenge, kind of, sort of.
Heights and math, like a double sword coming at you.
Yeah, and it's not.
I'm not gonna lie, I will pay for that too. I love heights and I love math, so I will pay to do that challenge.
You love them or you don't?
He loves them.
I do. I'm an engineer. That's my day job.
Oh, that's nice.
So I always do math.
Good for you.
I don't do heights. I don't do math.
I can do challenge.
That's why
math.
I always get pissed whenever they have like those long formulas with division, multiplication. They're like, you're not following the rules.
Yeah, they're
like,
not following PEMDAS.
Have to follow the rules. Yeah, they're not following PEMDAS. I'm like, I'll be getting like the answer is 3.56. I'll be like 8.
Yeah. I will say I thought this was relatively easy math, but I think if you're up there, my mind would just go. I wouldn't walk out there, first of all. I would be Beth and Darrell. I would not do it. But I feel like that added stress would,
Yeah.
But you see the thing with Darrell, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the thing with Darrell is like we all know from his season 1 that he's always been scared of heights.
Right.
And we always know it's a phobia. Obviously, you're not gonna be able to get rid of it. Just kind of like how Cara Maria is with needles.
Mm-hmm.
Like medical needles at least, or blood.
I don't do needles either.
But it's like, so like we know that. Apparently. So I actually think it's brave that he backed down and say I'd rather do it an elimination than. Like people have had medical conditions because they try to face their phobias and they end up with some sort of stroke or heart attack or something. So it's like people have said at this age, it's kind of like it increases and then you have kids to look out for. And I mean, you think about, I need to get back home.
Yeah. And as you get older, certain anxieties and fears that you have, they tend to just get worse. And I mean, I've never been that high on a building, even tied into a bungee. I would be terrified. I would feel better if it's over water, because at least if the bungee breaks, I can hit the water and I have a chance. This thing, there's concrete, no chance. And once again, it's a building where there's balconies in between every floor. I mean, but I think they put them out far enough this time that they didn't swing into the balconies.
Well, and
that's terrifying.
TJ doesn't help.
Oh, he never helps. He's like, oh no. He's like, the falling's fine. It's the end part that'll kill you.
Right.
Oh, thank you.
I thought that was hilarious.
Thanks, TJ.
So, I might have told the story before. I'll make it quick, but it sort of ties in Wes when he tore his bicep, and then Darrell being afraid of heights. So I went parasailing one time. This was a long time ago. I almost peed myself because I was terrified, first of all. But I held on so tight when I got back on the boat, they had to pry my fingers off. I had torn a muscle in my arm because I held on so tight.
Yeah, that can happen.
It was terrible.
Yeah, that can happen. But before we watch people,
I can't do snakes.
Yeah, I can't do snakes either.
Yeah. If I know it's not venomous like somebody's pet, I'll hold it all day long. But out in the wild,
Yeah,
No.
I run.
You know, I say that too. I'm like, oh, when I'm cutting my grass, I'm like, oh, these little snakes are just gardening snakes. But I fucking run out of there, and my wife has to come out and chase them with the shovel. Because like I freeze. I think when was it, like, was it World War of the Ones or two, where they had to sleep with some snakes like
Yes.
overnight? I was like, oh fuck. I would have quit. I'd be like, I'm done.
Fuck it.
I will eat Bull's testicles. I would not sleep with the snake. Sorry, Ashley.
I'm not doing any of that.
I would just forfeit. So before we even see Darrell or Beth almost pee themselves with fear, they have to bring in a new female competitor because we've lost 2 last episode. And everyone's wondering, who is it? Who is it? Oh, it's the one and only Beth. Very few people were excited to see her. Veronica being one of the very few.
Yeah. Even
didn't wanna see
Nehemiah was like,
Yeah, Neiman's like, I like her outside the game.
yeah.
Not in the game. Kendall's actually excited to see her because she's like another OG, like maybe it'll help our number game. Sure, but Beth doesn't really help anyone's number game. Her reputation precedes her. And even though she's not as bad as she used to be, she still isn't the complete opposite. We're gonna get into her conversation with Veronica in a bit too. So on this daily, they have to break into 3 teams of 6 with 3 men, 3 women on each team. And 3 at a time, they will walk out on this platform and solve this equation. It's like you have to find X, blah, blah, blah equals whatever. And whoever gets it first gets to drop the other 2 in whatever order that they want. Not too complicated. I don't think the math problem was that hard. For the sabotages, Brad decides to use it on MJ, and shocking, Kayla throws it on Kendall. I don't know. Again, why wouldn't you throw it on John A? She's smart. She's a champion. She's made almost every single authority but one. They're not very smart this season, like I said. First heat, you have guys, and it is Mark, Yes, and Derek. Mark finishes first, drops Yes, drops Derek. And then for the second heat, you have your first set of women, Sylvia, Kayla, and Kellyanne. Kayla doesn't even try to solve it. She just keeps flipping the numbers until TJ tells her yes. And the very first one, she tries to say 52 minus 3 equals 35.
He's like, not even close.
I'm like, girl, I get what you're trying to do, but that's embarrassing. You could have at least made
I
one
don't think
attempt.
she gets embarrassed.
Clearly, she's
Corey's bed.
She beats the bed.
I was gonna say, she pees the bed.
She was the original Amber.
Oh my god. She even
And
bullies girls by trying to close her with her back.
yeah, and she hooked up with Bear.
She wants camera. Oh yeah, that was nasty.
Yeah, she just doesn't have, she's not make good choices. Now she might, in real life, but not on the show. No. So of course, Kayla drops Kellyanne first, and then Sylvia, and then following them, you have MJ, Jordan, and Darrell. Obviously, MJ gets a 1-minute time penalty, but Darrell refuses to even go up to the puzzle. His legs will not take him. TJ tries to convince him. Darrell's like, I'm sorry, man. I don't care. I'll go in elimination. I can't do this. No effing way. So yeah. He's disqualified. So unless anybody else DQs, Darrell is going to automatically go into elimination. And even with the 1-minute time penalty, MJ still solves the puzzle before Jordan, which I found surprising.
Yeah, same.
I'm surprised Jordan didn't solve it. But I guess it doesn't matter. Darrell lost anyway. So then we have Renee, Beth, and John A. Beth does the same thing. She cannot do it. She starts literally crying. I mean, I didn't know she was that terrified of heights, but apparently she is. She just got there and she's already going into elimination.
They were like, you've been here like 2 hours.
She's just like, you've been here like 2 minutes. You want to go to elimination already? She's like, I don't care.
What was it, John A? He's like, you've been here 20 minutes.
Yeah. Like, girl, you just rolled out.
From what she said, or I read somewhere, I guess she had just gone through some sort of family issue that triggered her.
Yeah. I mean, and when
nonetheless,
you're stressed out,
I still think she would have, even if she didn't have that, I still think she would back out. I don't think she would have finished it.
Yeah, I don't think she would have done it either. She just doesn't. And look, I've never been that high, so I don't even know how I would do in that position. I would like to think, actually, I would probably do it because I would have enough confidence in my math skills, and challenge math skills, I should say, that I would believe that I could solve it first and drop everybody else. And well, if I drop, I'll just close my eyes and scream until my stomach drops out of my ass, and we'll call it a day, like I do on roller coasters.
I mean, that's what Kayla did, and I thought that was a good strategy for her game. She was like, I'm not gonna stand here and break my head. Let me just play the guessing game. So either I get it or somebody gets me.
Yeah.
Well, I would actually still try.
When they fall,
yeah, I mean,
do they haul them back up to the top and take them off, or do they let you to the ground?
I don't think they ever showed that, but I think they pull him back up.
Oh God, that's even more terrifying.
That's even worse.
Just finish dropping me.
I mean, that's
or
probably
pull me on the balcony.
Just lower me to the ground. Like I said, I'd be Beth. I wouldn't do it, but I'm also not on the challenge.
But they didn't even have like what are those things called? Like those inflatable beds, if in case the cord rips or something.
Yeah.
Just when people do stunts and they jump a building and they land like on this inflatable bed. I mean, they didn't even have that. That's why I was like, I think they brought him up.
They probably brought him.
Which is scarier if it rips on your way up.
Oh my gosh. I'm stressed out and I'm not even there.
Well, plus, I mean, they didn't go first either. So they probably saw the process of either they lift them back up or they just bring them down.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what if the people up there strapping you up are just having a bad day? Like,
good thing Julie wasn't there. She would have thrown off Veronica.
Should have been like, screw your bungee, Veronica.
She tried to kill her once.
Yeah, why not twice? So we get to our final set of men. Brad, Wes, Nehemiah. Brad beats both Wes and Nehemiah. I was like, oh, I thought Wes was the smartest.
Brad was a teacher, right? What did he teach?
Pretty sure he taught math.
Now he was going. He was a math teacher. I think he was.
I thought he said that on Final Reckoning. He said he was a math teacher because him and Kyle went in that elimination against Cam and Kaylee.
Yeah, but what level though? Could have been like elementary math.
I don't know. I mean, Cam is just incredibly intelligent. So
yeah,
she's a whole different beast. But anyway,
he got it fast.
He beat Wes and Nehemiah. And then the final set of women, we had Naya, Veronica, and Kendall. I love Naya's comments. I will either faint or pee. I'm not sure which. That would be me.
I think she said vomit.
Vomit, faint, or pee. I feel really bad for Veronica. She is really trying to reach. Like, if she was a half inch shorter, she'd have been fucked. She would have just fallen. Because she could she was on her tiptoes,
barely reached it as
her tippy fingers to move the thing.
I thought that should have like lower her for her just to make
like lowered it a little bit.
It's not really helping anything.
Well, especially because Naya's like, I don't know how tall she is.
5'10".
Yeah.
5'10". 5'9".
Yeah. I think Veronica's like 5'1", 5'2".
But there's been other challenges in the past where people that were shorter had a huge disadvantage and they don't adjust.
Well, I did notice, at least on when the first set of people went, they were at different heights because Mark's was higher than Derek's was.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe it just couldn't go low enough to accommodate Veronica.
Yeah.
Derek's like 5'7", 5'8". Veronica's like 5'1", 5'2". But no, I did notice that because I was wondering the same thing. I was like, if someone like Mark is reaching out for it, there's no way Derek can reach it.
Right.
But
exactly. Derek's pretty short too.
Yeah, he's like 5'7", 5'8". I will confirm that in Nashville when I go to Challenge Mania because I'm 5'9", so he's shorter than me.
Derek's my favorite all-time challenge.
He is one of my favorites. He wasn't in Tampa because he was filming All Stars 3, so we didn't get to meet him in Tampa. So I'm excited to meet him in Nashville.
You have to touch him so I can live vicariously through you.
I will. I'll just be like,
you guys gonna FaceTime.
Yeah, maybe I'll do
that. We already said that. I was like, you better FaceTime while we're there.
Yes. Yeah, I'll do that when I do the meet and greet. Oh my God, I lost my place. Okay, yeah. So Veronica ends up winning because Kendall's got a 1 minute time penalty and it fucks her. Because Veronica's a
She
smart
would have
cookie.
won.
She would have won.
Yeah.
Yeah. For Kayla's sake, sabotaging Kendall was a smart idea because otherwise Kendall would have been in the authority with her. But Veronica ends up winning. Darrell and Beth are automatically going into elimination due to DQing. So in the authority of Brad, MJ, Mark, Veronica, Janae, and Kayla. Did they say who like the ultimate winner was for each? Like who was the fastest?
I don't think they did.
I don't think they relieved the times. I know.
Because
I
it's
mean,
like,
we
who's
just
gonna
know because of
sabotage?
people's tweets.
Or was it not Brad and Kayla?
Yeah, it was Brad and Kayla.
Was
again.
it Brad and Kayla? Okay,
think it was
maybe
Brad
I
and
just
Yeah, it was the one
missed
with the one with the fastest time will be the winner, and whoever they drop will be
I just-
elimination.
Maybe I just don't remember him saying it, even though I watched it twice. Let's then remember.
Yeah, they did. They went back to back.
Okay, so now we have the authority, 6 people. I'm over the authority at this point. It's episode 4. I'm already over them. Already over them. They get back to the house. Beth has to pick a bed. No one wants her in their room. Kayla makes a comment about their age difference in her confessional, but I don't understand the point of it. I was like 2 when Beth was on the real world. Okay, and
Bitch. That's why. That's the point of it.
if it wasn't for people like Beth on the real world, your ass would have never been on the real world.
Exactly.
Boy, the
And
challenge.
if she's lucky, at some point in her life, she will be the same age as Beth, then she'll be old too. So
With her
Fuck
corrective
it.
lenses.
exactly.
Not a Kayla fan.
Oh, I'm not either because I'm Beth's age, so she's attacking me as
Like
well.
every season Kayla comes on, I try. I'm like, maybe she'll be different this season. And
I don't-
every season,
I have no hope for her.
Well, at least
She
she got the boot on Final Reckoning on the first day.
yeah,
When
That's
she
true.
Melissa.
I hope her and Sam get booted first on season 38.
Me too.
You heard it
Wow.
here first. That's my hope. Anywho's, so Beth ends up sleeping in Darrell and Kendall's room, which is kind of sad and ironic because it's just going to be her room at the end of the episode. As
That's
we're
true.
going to see.
I would want that whole room to myself though, if nobody else was
Yeah.
in there.
So they end up going out for a night on the town. They're back at the place with the dogs. Kellyanne is feeding the dogs. She's in heaven. That would be me and Tia.
Yeah, for sure.
They'd be like, where's Tia and Nadine? I don't know. They're in the corner feeding the damn dogs again. Like, they're so cute.
That's what my wife said. She was like, I really for Kellyanne because she would donate it to dogs.
Yeah.
Yep. I'd be bringing some of those dogs home.
My
from
dog's
Grandma.
had to jump down. I don't know to knock my phone. Come on, get down.
So
Sorry, we can
they
cut all
are
this.
out to eat. Mark asks Darrell who he wants in the new elimination, but really only gives him 2 options: Wes or Jordan. What wonderful options.
Right?
Hey, you want Wes or you want Jordan? I don't know. What about one of the other 6 options that aren't in the authority? Can I talk about those? No, Wes or Jordan. Then I don't care because I'm going to possibly be fucked either way. And Darrell's like, I don't care. You know, in a way, I don't mind it being, he says in his confessional, I kind of want it to be Jordan because that motherfucker's going to beat me in a final. So we got to get him out of here. Maybe an elimination is what I need to do. So if this, because Darrell's like, even if I make it to the final, if this MFer's in there with me, I'm still not going to win. Might as well try to take him out now, which is a smart way of thinking of things.
And it's like we talked about last week too. You know, they come and say, who do you want? No, you decide. You pick the person you think, whether you want me to come back, you think I can beat them, or whether you don't and you think they'll beat me. Like you decide. Don't put that on me.
Yeah,
or think long term. You don't know how the final is gonna be. It might be partners, kind of like how it was with Janae. It's like you kind of have to think for yourself too.
Right.
I agree with you. Beth and Veronica have a mildly awkward conversation at the restaurant. I can tell Veronica is forcing
Mildly
it.
awkward.
I can tell Veronica is really forcing it. Production forces them to do a dual confessional together. According to Veronica on Twitter, it is because Beth constantly was trying to have a conversation with her and Veronica would just ignore her ass.
Yeah.
So production forced it.
I
started to talk to her.
I don't want to say I'm not a Veronica fan. I haven't always liked her. I was excited to see her on here. But her Twitter is hysterical and she's just going off about everything. So I like that.
She is funny on Twitter.
She's trying to bring back her presence.
Yeah, she's trying to bring back her presence. Honestly, when it comes to Veronica and Beth, they are such polar opposites, but in some ways very similar, that neither one thinks that they did anything to warrant the other one not liking them.
Right.
Even though they both have done some not cool shit to the other person or towards the other person many years ago, it's just been so long that it's just like they still don't fuck with each other. Spoiler alert, they still hate each other.
Just leave it. You're not meant to like every person that you come into contact with in your life.
Yeah.
And not everybody's going to like you.
Yeah. Although I still would have loved to have seen what the dynamic would have been had Beth gone in and in the beginning instead of Sylvia, and I blame her ass now that I have to deal with Sylvia, along with Tina and Veronica.
With Tina, yeah, that would have been.
I would have liked to have seen that. That would have been fun. It would have been interesting.
I think Tina would have been fine. I think she would have been cool with it, but
I think Beth would have done something to irritate Tina, and Tina would have just gone off on her.
Well, there's that too. Yeah.
You know, especially because I'm sure Veronica would have egged it on slightly, and Kayla and Sylvia definitely would have, but
for sure.
We're never going to know because Beth threw a fucking temper tantrum in the airport. Thanks. And then we get the Nia and Jordan love scene. I feel really weird watching it because it's like, can we just give them their privacy? I feel like we're not supposed
what? That scene where she was talking about him and saying she wanted to make him proud, I just was like, oh, did you see that scene?
Yes, but
I loved that. I ship them. I want them to like get married and have babies and be happy for the rest of their lives.
I felt a little fabricated. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not the first time
hush.
Oh, they definitely, I'm sure it's not the first time they've.
It's like, let's make it seem like it's meant to happen. We had this bad history, and then we're friends, and now we get to be together on the show. I'm like,
yeah, we're gonna choose when we're in a house with cameras to have sex for the first time. Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. It's cute that they.
But
tried
it was still nice to see. It was nice to see Jordan have like a genuine love story, and not necessarily be surrounded by other factors. Like, for example, when Polly and Kara were around, there was just this whole back and forth, and like let each person be their own, and maybe would have had different perspective with Jordan and Tori.
Yeah.
Do you think Tori watched it?
I was thinking about that. I was like, holy crap, what's the Tori?
Who cares? There's so many scenes of her hooking up with dudes.
Oh yeah.
Post Jordan that I'm sure he had to fucking watch, or somebody showed him and he's seen. So she could fast forward. We all have a fast forward button on Paramount. It's okay. She'll be all right. Mm-hmm. Actually, she didn't watch it unless she's watching it in quarantine.
Oh.
Or her from spoilers.
Possible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they've started filming yet or not, so I don't know. But anyway, the authority gathers. Mark throws out Jordan's name because Jordan was encouraging Laterrian during that elimination against Mark. MJ wants Wes. He thinks Wes wants him out. I don't even think you are on Wes's radar.
No.
With your bum-ass name.
Agreed.
Yes, and Jordan are on Wes's radar.
Exactly.
Not MJ with a bum name. But anyway, Kayla's saying that, the chat amongst everyone. No, the chat amongst you and your couple of friends. So she votes for Kendall. They just basically, they vote in Jordan and Kendall. Veronica hopes whomever it is will take out Beth. Jordan and Kendall voted in. I hate when they tell them sorry because, like Kendall says, you're not fucking sorry. You're not sorry.
Right.
That's true. Like, you voted for them. Like, why are you saying sorry?
Yeah.
Be
6
like,
of
"Hey,
you
you're it
voted for
again."
me. Yeah. So sit and rotate. I'd rather just be told, sorry, or rather be told, hey, you know, you're getting voted in again, or you got voted in again. All right, cool. Thanks. Thanks for letting me know at least. And then I just walk away. Naya's not thrilled with Jordan being put into elimination. I do want to see Naya get some more time on my TV that isn't Jordan related. I don't want her comeback story to be a love affair with Jordan. Like, why does she have to be attached to a man? Why, like anybody's comeback story, why do they have to be attached to somebody of the opposite gender or the same gender because it's romantic? Like, let's let them have a comeback story.
We'll see.
But I blame production.
Like, there's better storylines. Come on.
Yeah, it's production. It's not even them. I'm sure it's production. So then we get to the elimination, and it is called Steamroller, and it's basically this giant wire cylindrical barrel thing that they have to sit in opposite sides facing opposite ways and try to roll towards their finish line, basically. So weight is a definite advantage, which really sucks for Kendall.
Yeah.
But anyway, the women, she's tiny. She's tiny. She's tiny. Again, it's like putting two mismatched sized people in a hall brawl almost. So the women go first, which is interesting because normally the women don't go first. Usually it's the guys, but this time it's the women. Kendall makes a really good, valiant effort in the beginning. She gets some ground while Beth is still trying to figure out how the hell do I even sit in this thing. But once Beth gets the hang of it, it's over. She is bigger than Kendall, and she just keeps throwing her weight back to Rocket. And Kendall can fight all she wants, but Kendall underweighs her probably. I'm not even going to guess because I'm bad at that kind of stuff. But Beth outweighs her, and she uses it to her advantage. She gets it to roll. Kendall puts up a fight, but ultimately Beth wins. Kendall's pissed. Some of the people are not happy because they were hoping Kendall would send Beth home. And I'm like, you know what? If you want to send Beth home, you need to put in someone against her that is of equal or bigger size. Why didn't you put in Naya or even John A?
Right.
Yeah.
That would make sense. So
that's the social game.
Because Kayla's dumb.
They're stupid. Veronica's like the only one with any intelligence, but she's outnumbered. Kendall's not happy. I'm not happy. I love Kendall. Don't at me. Don't come for me. I will not engage. Next we have, that's funny, I actually have it in here. These women are fucking stupid this season and it's annoying.
They're trying to pull off they're trying to pull off what kind of Polly and Kara did, but these guys are going just in a really mean way. Like
they're just not
like you can backstab, sabotage, but like don't go to hurt people's feelings.
Yeah, and they're just they think too short term. That's the problem. They're thinking about tomorrow. Yeah. You need to think past tomorrow. Yeah, instead of like next week. So then we have Jordan and Darrell. Darrell gets a lot of ground initially. He gets really close to his end line.
So close. He was so close.
So close. But Jordan is a different beast.
That's true.
He and the thing is, like, a lot of stamina.
I didn't want either of those two really to go home. So it's not like I'm a huge Jordan fan, but I like seeing him compete. So I didn't want him to go home, but I love Darrell, so I didn't want him to go home. So it was tough.
And unfortunately,
the thing with the challenge, it's the thing with the challenge is kind of like how Nadine said, weight plays a huge factor, and ultimately, by the book, the bigger people would win. You really don't have any control besides whatever the barrel is going to do and the momentum you apply into it, and it's going to change its direction. But at the same time, you kind of have to fit in the barrel. Like I'm 6'2", I will struggle, and I'm bigger than Jordan, for example, and you're going to cramp. You're going to figure out how to move. You're not going to have the flexibility that Jordan and Kendall would have. You don't have to wait. Well, that's why at the beginning, both of them had pick up good grounds, and it's like. But Jordan, we've seen him before with Josh, with other people. He has that thinking outside the box mentality because he had to do it his whole life. So it's like, if I can't get him by weight, I got to mentally break him.
There aren't that many people that could just straight beat Jordan. I mean, he's just that good.
Literally a pole wrestle is what beat Jordan because he only has one hand.
Yeah.
So physically, there's nothing he could do. Yeah,
But
you can't think outside of the box of a pole wrestle.
But even in a pole wrestle, he would not only not give up, but he would make it tough for the other person he's, in it with.
He always will.
Like I would love to see a pole wrestle with Jordan and Derek.
Oh, that would be a good one.
I'm sorry, Jordan who?
Derek.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a good one.
That would be really good because Derek doesn't give up, neither does Jordan.
And they're kind of similar size.
Yeah.
So it'll be really.
Yeah.
Of course, Jordan starts trash talking.
Well, because they're at a standstill.
How many cookies have you had?
How much do you weigh?
That was pretty funny.
And Darrell's
like,
Jordan
was in like a Spider-Man position too. Like he's just all like this was normal everyday stuff for him.
Which is smart because he has to be able to apply his weight to one side when he has the chance to do so the barrel will roll. Otherwise, it won't work.
Well, and he knew when it got to that one point and it wasn't going any further that Darrell was about to gas out anyway. So he knew. I mean, he's just like ready for it.
Yeah.
So
I kind of wish didn't have the barrier between them. So you can kind of see each other and see how much they're struggling.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. And because of Jordan's position, it prevented his legs from doing what Darrell's legs did. And ultimately this turned into a game of stamina, something that Jordan has on everyone else because he trains for triathlons like it's candy. Like this is what he does. He loves to do that. And most of them do not do that.
Didn't somebody say that? He
that's what he does for fun.
Yeah.
He does
he swims 20 miles, swims 6 miles just because he's bored on a Monday afternoon.
Just because he's bored on a Monday afternoon. I'm like, I wish that could be me, but he's a different animal in this game.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for Darrell, sitting in that position for so long, Darrell being older, his legs cramp up in a way that he taps out. He falls out of the barrel. They have to essentially put him on a medical stretcher because his legs hurt so bad he won't even let them touch him. Yeah. And Jordan ends up rolling on down to the other end.
It's really tough. Like, and people are like, oh, people talk shit about him. And I was like, I've been swimming and my legs cramp and to give up and I almost drowned. And I was like, and that was in water. I was like, this guy is, I mean, easily he could have got it any time, but he pushed himself to the limit.
Yeah, it was over an hour.
And if you have like even a small cramp, it's crazy painful. If both of your legs are just like, I can't imagine.
You can't
it's like you're
mentally
handicapped. You literally can't do anything.
Yeah.
So some of it's mentality,
I
love Darrell too. And I can't blame him. We've seen it happen before. Sometimes no matter how good you are, no matter how good your mental state is, if your body just doesn't give a fuck anymore, it will take you down. You're done.
Right.
You're done.
Right.
Because your body is
you can't help it.
Nope, you can't help it. It's survival mode. We don't care about what's going on up here. It is survival mode. We've seen it happen before. We will see it happen again and again. I do love.
We've seen it with so many tough competitors. Like we've seen it with Zach. We've seen it with Holly. Like people who are.
We've seen it with Abe.
Who are really tough competiters. Yeah, Abe. I mean,
it happens. Well, he wasn't in shape for that, but that would be like me trying to do a final right now and people being surprised that I died. So
these the things are like you push yourself so much that your body just keeps up.
Yeah, exactly. Your body can only take so much before it just shuts down before you kill it. Because people will try that because sometimes the mentality can just be stronger than the physicality. So it was a sad episode. Darrell went home. Kendall went home. I'm not happy. Jordan had wonderful sportsmanship though, because when Darrell was hurt, instead of him celebrating his win, he took a knee. He waited to make sure Darrell was good. He wanted to go check on him because ultimately it's just a game. It's just a game. There are more important things in life. We're not going to be celebrating when the person we beat is clearly injured. So massive props to him. He gained a little bit more respect from me. And then they showed the previews for next week. And I remember none of it other than Beth saying, John A is cheating on her husband with MJ.
That was the biggest thing.
Right to Mark. And I think it was Sylvia sitting with Mark.
I think it was, yeah.
And John A's like, I heard my name. And Mark and Sylvia look at the camera like,
oh.
You know what? I'm here for it.
So
I'm ready for
this
next week's episode.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Bring in the drama.
I mean, they're not gonna make Janae look so innocent. They have to throw in some stir the pot.
I hope her husband doesn't watch these next couple episodes.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I am kind of shocked that she would do that. The whole time since I watched her, I never pictured her to be someone like that. That would do that. But
I mean, we don't know the situation. It could have been one of those things where maybe her and her husband were on the outs and they were on a break, or we don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
The rumor is she cheated on her husband. MJ's single.
Yeah, he's divorced.
Her husband got back together. So
yeah, her and her husband separated and then they got back together. I don't know the timeline. I don't know her like that. Even if I ever met her, I certainly would not ask her.
Right.
No. I mean, that's not our business.
No.
But like based on what it's shown on TV, I was like, I never pictured
this isn't like great. And MJ's still there, so I will be interested to see how this gets addressed. So I cannot wait.
I will say this though, even if they were separated or on the outs at that time or whatever, he still doesn't want to see that.
No.
Her husband. So
especially no.
Kids.
Yeah. Well, her kids are pretty young. She probably doesn't let them watch, but at some point they're going to be old enough to see it. So
yeah,
MJ's
they're going to go
kids
back
are old enough.
Yeah, MJ's but he's single.
Yeah, I know, but like you don't want them watching and be like, gee, Daddy, what's going on with Miss John A over here? Why are they saying that you and Miss John A were having an affair?
Yeah, true.
What
are you doing hooking up with a married lady?
Right. Isn't she married?
I'm kind of looking forward to all these tweets from these castmates.
See, I haven't seen anybody say anything about it.
And
they're not going
I don't think
to.
they can yet.
Well,
they either until the episodes are aired, so they're just gonna like keep it between challenges.
Yeah. Well, that and if a lot of them are friends with John A, they're not going to say anything.
Yeah.
People might spill the beans after the episode's aired, though. If there's people that don't really like John A, they might say something.
I would like to find somebody that does not like John A.
Okay, if there's people that don't like MJ, they might say something.
So I don't know. We'll see. This week we also had Real World Homecoming. We got to meet Julie's husband, Spence, who looked kind of like my dad. It was kind of weird.
I remember you saying that. I was like,
it kind of looks like my dad. Because my dad was like 5'11", skinny.
We all know how I feel about Julie. I'm sick of it focusing on her on every damn episode. Sick of it.
Well, maybe if some of the other cast members would do something.
I feel like Melissa and Tokyo are way more interesting. Like I would just watch him do weird shit and her talk.
I'd watch them. And I like Danny. I would love to see Danny go.
I like Danny. He's not that entertaining, but I love Danny. Matt and Kelly
they might be giving her too much.
What's that?
I said they might be giving her too much camera time because they might have to bring her into All Stars soon.
Well, apparently she was supposed to have been on All Stars 2, and then they wouldn't let her go on All Stars 2 because they wanted her to do Homecoming, but they promised her she could go on All Stars 3. But then the Homecoming filming got pushed back due to hurricanes, and when they started filming it, it happened right around when they were filming All Stars 3.
Right.
So if there's ever an All Stars 4, maybe we'll see Julie. I don't want to.
I think that
I don't want to. I don't want to see her.
I don't want to either. I don't want to see her on Homecoming, but whatever. I think that she's just an extremely weird person. And she's so hung up on having lost her virginity to Jamie that I don't know. It's just a weird dynamic. You don't have your husband come visit and you tell him that Jamie's got like great porn. Like, who does that? And then
she's very socially awkward. Like, she doesn't understand certain cues.
Yeah, I mean, people don't just sit around and talk with the person that they had sex with the first time and like chat about it in front of other people. Who does that? Nobody does. And her and her husband having sex outside in their weird little tent, I thought that was odd too. I don't know. Maybe it's an ex-Mormon thing. I don't know.
I knew that was gonna. Look, they got to get the scent out somehow.
Why did they make a tent? She has her own room. Nobody wants to room with her. Or is Jamie in there?
Maybe they didn't want to be disrespectful and have the housemates hear them.
So you make some weird tent that doesn't even cover everything?
Oh God, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of reasons. This lady does ayahuasca like it's weed. Like I don't know.
Even Kelly's over it. And Kelly's unflappable.
Kelly is uncomfortable anytime someone talks about anything that isn't like what's for breakfast.
That's true.
Like, I'm like, why are you uncomfortable about what somebody else is talking about their own like life? Like, she acts like they're gonna ask her about some affair she hasn't told anybody about.
I know. I know.
She's like, I'm so uncomfortable. I don't want to talk about old relationships. No one asked you.
She might just be one of those people that lives in the here and now and doesn't care about the past and like doesn't want to drudge it up.
And just like Jinx Monsoon says, water off a duck's back.
Off a duck's back. Yeah.
Why is it bothering
I haven't watched the newest episode. Don't tell me yet. Don't tell me.
I'm not going to tell you anything.
Okay, but it's not Jinx, is it?
I'm not telling you anything.
You guys tell me it can't be Jinx. I gotta go watch it tomorrow.
Well, nobody gets eliminated.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
No one gets eliminated this season. We were talking about RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars.
Who won?
Do you really want to know who won?
I do, because I'm gonna watch it. I don't care.
Okay, so this is a RuPaul All-Stars Drag Race spoiler. If you don't want to know it, don't listen to this part. So for this episode, the top two was Trinity and Jada won.
Oh, that's interesting, because I thought Jada was low. I love her, but she was low on my list for the first.
This was a sewing challenge.
Okay.
Yeah, Jada's good at that. Jinx is not the best at that. And she sabotaged Jinx. So Jinx can't get a star next week. You know,
it's back on my show.
There are sabotages on all the All-Stars shows now on Paramount Plus. Yeah, that's what happened.
You know what that means? That Jinx is a threat, because she is.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're doing what Jinx told them to do. Like, I'm going to block somebody that already has a star. So they were like, so we're going to do it to Jinx. I think if Trinity would have won, I don't know. Maybe she would have blocked Jinx. I don't know what she would have done, but that's what happened there. Homecoming next week. Kelly's like, I think I want to go home because I'm uncomfortable. We'll see.
So go. Bye-bye.
I love Danny, Melissa, and Toki are my top 3 favorites of Homecoming. So I can't wait for that. Can't wait for next week for another episode of All Stars. Stranger Things dropped today. Very excited.
Ended. Marianne.
Oh yeah.
Everybody. I haven't watched it yet. So
I haven't watched The Ride in a few weeks now because there's so much other stuff going on. But congratulations to Marianne for winning. I'm surprised we're not seeing Jonathan on season 3.
Survivor's I love Survivor. Is he for sure? Like, I haven't looked at this. Was he on one of the casts? No. Like I watched it, but there was that Jonathan was gonna be in it or something.
There was I heard they called them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe he couldn't do it because
I would love to see Jonathan. I think it'd be good.
I wanted Jonathan to win. I'm not mad that Marianne won. I haven't watched it go down. I heard but and I liked Mike. The only person I didn't like was Romeo. And it's not like I didn't like Romeo. I just thought he was a weak player, but apparently he came out and did something great too. I don't know.
Yeah, the thing
I'll have
with
to watch it this
Romeo
week.
is like you have to cat because I saw him as a weak player too, and then when he was doing his deliberation, I was like, I can kind of see he decided to play the way he did, because it is true. Sometimes you want to be under the radar for the whole time, but at one point, a lot of people that are in the jury, like some people are gonna vote based on your relationship, some are gonna vote based on how you play the game, or any like stab backs you did, blindsides, like all these things. So you don't know who's gonna be voting for what. So I like the way he delivered it, but at the same time, I was like, this guy's not.
Yeah.
But
well, I'm gonna watch it and see how it all went down. But yeah, I'm not mad Marianne won. She annoyed me at first, but I thought she got better each episode with her play, and she calmed down.
Oh
and, yeah.
Yeah, she did great. I think Lindsay and Jonathan will be good contenders for the challenge.
I would love to see Jonathan.
Lindsay reminds me of Michelle. So,
yeah, she does kind of.
Yeah, I like Lindsay. She's tough too.
Oh, I can't wait to find out when they start filming season 38. Several of the casting spoilers have changed since last week.
I don't think we can count on anything really.
No, Wes trolled the shit out of us again. I can't believe that. How do they keep falling for this shit? Like, don't you have an inside scoop with production, and yet you allow Wes to troll you?
Right.
Bullshit. Emmy and Emmanuel getting dropped literally while they were at the airport.
Yeah.
And I heard that Emmy and Emmanuel turned down a role on Romania Survivor All-Stars to go to the challenge.
Oh, damn.
I'd be pissed if you turn it down for that and then they dropped you at the airport.
Yeah. I would be very...
Call them back, be like, hey, never mind.
I'd be very upset.
I was excited to see her back. I'm not a fan of his. So
Corey Lay may be on the cast. I don't know if he's an alternate land or if he's going to be cast land. Hopefully in the cast, because I love him. I don't know why, but I do.
But who would he be partnered with?
I don't know. Bring in Cara. It's not too late.
Cara would do it. She'll like sign me up.
Yeah, they're friends.
They are friends.
People would shake in their boots.
Imagine if like Cara and Turbo were partners.
Dude.
just hand them the championship. And
well, as long as it comes to a mad puzzle.
I would just watch Turbo like stand there for an hour each week. You know, he doesn't even have to compete.
No, that's true. Anything?
So are you guys more into Turbo or Brad?
I love Brad. I enjoy Turbo, but I love Brad.
Brad won me over when he was defending.
I'm not going to answer that.
Brad,
she was like, "I'll take both."
she's greedy.
Why not both?
When did Brad win you over, Juan?
Oh, like back in when was it when they were being mean to Big E and he was defending him and he was really being a human instead of just focusing on the game and really standing up to CT. And just like pushing him. And I was like, dude, that's like a human right there. And then was he partnered up with Wes at one point too and he tried to carry him?
Yes.
He's just
he put all the stupid shit on his socks.
Yeah.
So
I think Brad's just a good dude.
He's a good guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he takes humanity over anyone.
So nice. Mm-hmm. And I was so jealous because he kept saying Nadine's name.
Oh yeah, when we talked to him. I was like, he just keeps saying my name.
I won't cut that out.
Say mine.
He's gonna be like, I'm not going on those crazy people's podcasts.
I know.
They keep talking about flamingos and names.
No, I think he's a good guy and he's a great competitor and his beard is magnificent. Not so much now. I think he's trimmed it all back, but
he trimmed it back. Yeah, he did, because when he talked to us, it was after All Stars 3 and he had trimmed it. And I was like, Brad, what happened to the beard? So I trimmed it. I regret it. I'm like, That's great. Well, thank you again for joining us, Juan. This was awesome.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Like I said, everybody, if you're not following us already, we are the Challenge Unbothered on Facebook and Entertainment Unbothered. On YouTube, we are the Unbothered Podcast. Instagram, the Challenge Unbothered. Twitter, at UnbotheredPod1. You can stream the podcast anywhere you can stream a podcast, or you can watch us on YouTube. But until next time, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you for a breakdown of episode 5.
Bye.
Thank you.